Hello, hello, and welcome to the CTB Show. Today is 3 months after 420. The weather, it's hot. It's just fucking hot. Just stop it, please. Brother, can you spare a dime for a 49er of weed? Welcome to the show. My name is Evan the Mayor. That is Brian the Levy.
Hi.
Hello. That is Casey the Casey.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
I think you used that one before, Casey.
Very time
Topical.
Yes, topical.
Casey can't talk because the cat's got his tongue.
Hey, this is the episode where Casey has a stroke. Everybody, enjoy.
That happened a year ago. Joke's on you. It happened a year ago.
Oh.
All right. I almost believe that.
All right, top of the show plugs that are not an ad spot for a jewelry company. We are going to talk about Baltimore Restaurant Week this week on the CTB Show, which is happening starting this Friday, as you are listening to it now, and going until the following Friday. There are lots and lots and lots of restaurants on board, not just the snooty ones either, so we'll get into that. And speed cameras on the JFX, I guess, and then a whole bunch of pop culture stuff that we just talk about every week, so why not this week too?
Is this the year that Chipotle gets in on Baltimore Restaurant Week?
Yes, let's workshop this. For $45, what do you get? You get 8 burritos.
A crab cake burrito.
Okay.
I think, though, you get about 3 burritos for $45.
But a crab cake burrito, is that
4?
Since
I don't think that's too much to ask. You know, but what if you I would for $45, I would 5 QPCs, 4 Big Macs, 3 4-piece nuggets, 2 large fries, and a partridge in a pear tree. No, chocolate milkshake. Let's say.
I'm gonna say because it's Baltimore Restaurant Week, every goddamn thing has to either involve a burger cookie or a crab cake. So it would be a burger cookie milkshake, crab cake McDouble.
Just a thin, two-dimensional piece of crab cake.
Two little thin patties of crab.
If you could turn the burger cookie into a McDonald's apple pie, I could get behind that.
That's basically just a fudge pie, though, right? I mean, shortbread crust with fudge in it.
Okay. Or the Baltimore bomb from Dangerously Delicious. It exists.
It exists. It's already a thing. But not at McDonald's.
But it's McDonald's.
Right. So that means it's better.
And worse at the same time.
Somehow. Yeah, how is that possible that everyone really loves Dangerously Delicious and it's the last place I would ever want a pie from for some reason?
Oh, no, I think that Baltimore bomb is excellent. I think it's very good.
I think I got burned out on it when I was vending at the farmer's market because I would always trade beef jerky for pies, the little mini pies, and I would always get a Baltimore bomb.
See, what you should have did was have a collaboration where it could be a Baltimore beef jerky pie.
Sriracha beef jerky pie. There's
jerky pies.
They had a pulled pork pie that was very good. It is very good. It's still around.
This is the Rizzo jerky pie.
But I think there are over 40 restaurants that are participating, and not all of them are just Mother's, McCormick and Schmick. There are some new restaurants I have never heard of because everyone spent an entire year inside. But for instance, Land of Kush never would have participated because they're not high dollar or anything like that.
They're vegan,
right? That too. So if you want a 3-course vegan meal for $35, I mean, there's also the lunch specials. But Next Phase Cafe, Orto, which I think is fairly new, haven't been there yet. There is a place in not Station North, the old, what do you call it, Bromo Seltzer Arts District called Forno. I really want to try this place out. Forno.
That's a restaurant that fucks.
Yeah, it's right across from the Goddess, so you know it fucks. But they have beer battered octopus, grilled hanger steak, dessert. They have wine select pairings available for an additional fee.
Isn't beer battered octopus just a lot of words for fried calamari?
No, because it's octopus. They're extra intelligent, so it tastes even better.
It's beer battered.
Yeah, it's beer battered.
And there's beer on it. Got it.
Well, isn't calamari octopus?
No, it's squid.
or pig
Okay.
butthole.
Depends who you ask.
Okay.
But yeah, Forno's my pick. I mean, obviously Chingale, like all these other places, the nice upscale joints like Louis Bistro. If you want to get something higher end for a lower price, and please tip the fuck out of these people because they spent the last year trying to stay afloat, and I don't think anyone would appreciate it if you screwed them over on that whole deal.
Yeah,
I
it's
kind
probably
of
real.
question.
Oh, go Casey, please.
I was gonna say, I kind of question the timing because like food costs are through the roof. Like
Yes,
we
they
tried to
are.
get crab, like just a cup of crab soup at a local place here was like $10, and it's like normally like half that.
I don't
Well,
know
I
about
don't
that.
think, and I don't think the menu is up for grabs. I think they tell you what you're having.
Yeah, you get to pick like one of two things per course, and I honestly like I'm giving crab a rest for this season because it's like if the prices are that high,
It's
I can
expensive.
wait. Yeah, fuck
And
it,
you spend
whatever.
so long getting rid of them. You know, I told you, just get the shampoo.
Yeah, and shave that shit
Another way.
over a fire so you can hear them scream as they fall off of you.
Hello, Kelly.
Also, my second pick would be Gertrude's because Gertrude's rules. It's one of the nicest restaurants in the city for my money.
And you
Casey
get to
just
take a nice trip around the museum.
That's true. That's true.
Ooh,
Casey just posted something in the chat about Space Jam, which we will be talking about later.
we should put that down for a Saturday afternoon. Go to Gertrude's, walk around the museum.
Well, I would, but I will be in Long Island.
Oh God, eat dicks.
Sorry.
Casey Evans had a lot of excuses lately to not hang out.
Right. Excuses like I'm not in the country.
It's fine.
Pretty soon, I'm gonna have a lot of excuses of my own.
That's right.
Yeah, but Casey, you don't hang out anyway.
Fair enough, because I already have one of those excuses.
Permanent.
Exactly.
2 permanent excuses. Title of the episode.
Hey, they expanded the child tax credit. We're just taking advantage.
There
Only
you
for
go.
another 18 years, and then he's
So
well
you can
within
hire a
his
nanny
right.
now. Come out and get drunk.
True.
At any rate, any restaurants interest any of you people that if you were able to afford such a meal or had the time to do it, what would you like to do?
The veranda on the avenue, it's Indian food. I've been hearing nice things about that.
Okay.
So that's on my list.
Let me see if they're on the list.
They are. I already checked to see what's on Hamden.
Oh, yep, there.
So I think that's a front runner. But that's pretty much all I looked at is Hamden.
Right.
And I don't even remember besides that what's on there. I think the Avenue. I've had the Avenue. It's fine. You know,
Avenue Kitchen and Bar is fine. I for my money, that's almost like a tourist restaurant.
Yes,
I don't
absolutely.
hate it, but it's not something that appeals to me necessarily.
I kind of wish like Fraser's was on it, and then they're like, we'll just feed you, and it's all you can drink. You know,
steak, liver, and onions, and a beer, $45.
Well, no, just keep drinking. You know, just we're not counting your taps. You know, like here's a wristband. That would be cool.
I like how Pickles Pub is on this list. Like,
right?
Like they need to give discounts to get people in the door.
But also, what are they going to serve you that's at all sort of elevated?
Fried pickles.
Right. Fried pickle casserole.
Deconstructed fried pickles.
Yeah.
It's just pickles and like fried crumbs.
the Long John Silver batter crumbs.
Yeah, whatever's at the bottom.
Yeah, so I tried to post into the CTB Fam Zone a shout out, or I'm sorry, a suggestion post. Facebook, for some reason, I took the Baltimore Restaurant Group week.com address and posted it into the box, and then Facebook sequestered it and said, we must review this link that you posted because we think it's something that you're trying to sell. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I started reading through the guidelines. There are a lot of very strange things that you are not allowed to sell on Facebook unless you go through their marketplace or something to that effect.
You can't sell, even in their marketplace, you can't sell concert tickets.
Right.
Which I don't understand that at all.
No, or you can't sell. Imagine if we had a Patreon or like a bonus episode we wouldn't wanted to sell. You can't sell digital downloads or subscriptions. I'm like, what? I mean, you can't sell alcohol, okay? I guess. I mean, 'cause
Makes sense.
It makes sense if you're talking internationally or like across state
Across
lines.
state lines, yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of weird shit on this list that I just didn't understand. But either way,
Did they think you were selling a restaurant?
I don't know. Maybe because you're not allowed to sell jobs or like businesses either. Um, whatever. Either way, the link was sequestered for long enough that no one saw it except for one listener, Liz G, who suggested jazz and soju on the Locust Point border. I've only been there once, and I did not enjoy the ramen. That's all I can say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
What are you gonna do?
Ouch. Not
But
exactly
any place that does
endorsement.
Korean fried chicken, I'm totally down with.
I think I would do, if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Tio Pepe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tio Pepe
good.
is a very traditional place. There's a picture of their paella on the website that has a literal lobster sitting in the middle of it. I'm like, I could fuck with that.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I had convinced myself that I didn't miss like going to restaurants, and now like just looking at this page, I'm hungry. I want to go to these places,
Right.
and I realize I miss it.
I have to say it was very liberating, being on vacation and going to some of these places and not really paying any attention to the price tag. But now that I've paid my property tax bill, I'm broke. So what are you gonna do?
Casey, what do you think goes in like Dundalk Restaurant Week? Like, what do you get? What do you get at the last freestanding Chi-Chi's in America over in Dundalk?
Well, we have a Chili's. That's like the big thing in town.
But that one burned down.
The Chi-Chi's.
What is $45? How many trips to the Horn and Horn buffet do you get for $45?
I honestly don't know, but I mean, you're gonna have like the Costas Inn, Hard Yacht Cafe.
Oh, what can I get for $45 at Tiki Lee's?
I
Herpes.
don't even know. Yeah, pretty much.
Probably $20 more expensive.
Kicked out for solicitation.
Yeah, right.
Seasoned Mariner's probably another one. There's not too many decent restaurants in Dundalk.
What?
Surprise.
Casey, are you saying that the left field pub or whatever the fuck it's called is not like fancy pantsy? Shirley's Female Review.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I had to think about it for a minute for the left field pub. They have a beer garden now, so they're fancy.
Oh, okay.
What's the gay bar? Is there a gay bar in Dundalk? Like, where did let the sassy Dundalk gays go?
Mount Vernon.
Oh.
But hold on, what would that be called? The Golden Egg?
Sure, why not?
What would you name the sassy Dundalk gay bar?
That's what I was just
the
saying.
Golden Egg.
The Golden Egg.
Although that again, if we're being pedantic, that would be in Essex. Come on.
Well,
fair enough.
Didn't the 98 Rock used to have the toilet bowl or whatever, where people would they had people from Dundalk and Essex, and they would play football? on Thanksgiving, and it was like the loser had to claim the towers.
Oh, the loser has to claim it. They should be fighting for the honor. Yeah, I don't if that's what you want to call it.
Yeah, there are various definitions of honor in that neck of the woods.
Are there any like Chinese places on this list?
Good question. You mean like traditional Chinese like American Chinese places?
Fuck that shit. So, some Friday night carry out.
I am scrolling through and I don't see anything because I basically am like immediately not even looking at say Morton's or Mother's or Orto, especially these days. But Petit Louis, I'll take it. I will take it. Roland Park's finest.
$45 at Mother's. They better parade like 30, 25-year-olds to party with you for $45.
I think you have to understand that the menu there is quite expensive because it also has turned into something of a tourist restaurant.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
I was trying to look up some more restaurants in Dundalk, and TripAdvisor came back to me with Dundalk, Ireland. And I was really confused because I was like, these are I've never seen these restaurants.
Turn a nog.
There's so many pregnant women over there.
I wonder if anybody's gotten mistakenly come to Dundalk thinking.
I'd like to see the historic cliffs.
No. I've seen that. I've seen that. It's Home Alone 4. Kevin gets on the plane to Dundalk, and he doesn't
Okay.
realize it's Dundalk Island.
Why would the McAllisters want to go to Dundalk, Maryland?
Well,
No,
no,
they're trying to go to Ireland, and then
from
uh,
Chicago. They go to Ireland. He goes to
He
Dundalk,
accidentally
Maryland.
goes to Maryland. Okay.
Yeah.
So what?
McAllisters? Come on now.
What zany plotline are the Wet Bandits, the sons of the Wet Bandits, involved in? Because Kevin at this point is like probably sporting some kids.
Thank you for asking. They're trying to hack the Social Security and whatnot.
Okay.
That's what.
From Dundalk.
Well, right. I mean, if Home Alone is nothing but a Die Hard ripoff anyway.
So are they working with Kevin Smith or Timothy Oliphant in this?
No, we'll get that kid from Spider-Man. The one that's not Spider-Man.
Okay.
Okay.
The guy in
We
the
get
chair.
Ned. Well, yeah, Ned's a good guy in the chair. You know, as the
Speaking of which,
inventor of the guy in the chair.
Before we get to pop culture stuff, and one more Baltimore topic, is there an actual trailer for the new Spider-Man? Because every time I look on YouTube, and
No.
I've yelled about this before, it's just a fake mashup by some fan.
No,
There's not. No.
Okay.
there's like rumors flying around left and right. Like the last rumor was that it was going to be attached to Black Widow, but nothing. It's the only Marvel movie coming out this year that doesn't have a trailer.
Are they even filming?
Yeah, they're done.
That movie's coming out this year?
Yeah, it's coming out in like November, December.
Huh.
I bet you they need a couple of other things to come out before they put that trailer out.
Well, the room. So then, like everyone was saying, like, oh, now that Loki has done their whole, okay, now the multiverse exists. Now they can finally do the trailers for Far From Home because the rumor is that it's a multiverse.
I don't know if it is a multiverse, except for the fact that you've got these at least two actors, right? We know Willem Dafoe, we know Anthony Molina. We don't know that they're playing the version of, we don't know that they're playing the Raimiverse, for lack of a better word, versions of their characters. We just know that they're playing Norman Osborn and Dr. Octopus.
And then you have Jamie Lee Fox.
Jamie Lee Fox, loved it when he showed his tits in Trading Places.
I definitely got that wrong.
Yeah, pretty wrong.
Either way, we'll get back to this. Let's get back to this after the break. I got one more Baltimore thing to talk about, and this is like shockingly good news, I think, hey, listen, if you're one of those people who drives up and down I-83, otherwise known as the Jones Falls Expressway, until you get to Harrisburg, then it's the Harrisburg Expressway, they're putting speed cameras on it. And it is about time, because, Brian, I know at the very least you have a friend who was flipped over in a car on the JFX. I've seen hundreds of car accidents on the bend coming down into the city. I've seen a car flip over the median.
Fast.
Yeah, it is a deadly dangerous stretch of highway that, like, I hate speed cameras, fucking hate them, but, when you've got a problem, you got to solve it somehow. And
oh, yeah, like, you got to keep people accountable, and if that's what's going to do it, fine.
We'll see.
Because they do studies that when they put in these speed cameras, it just ends up in more accidents, like more fender benders and stuff, because
that's red.
Because all of a sudden
cameras.
people are slamming on their brakes to slow down.
Yeah.
That is red light cameras for sure, but your standard speed cameras. Good thing I can clip that out. Standard speed camera, not so much, especially if the crowd that is driving down the road is aware of it and people aren't necessarily slamming on their brakes. They're just adjusting their speed as they enter the zone. And now that everyone's using Waze and or Google Maps, you got no excuse.
None.
Please don't drive 80 down 83. Please.
Yeah, people drive really fast, and it's really scary.
It's very scary. Very scary. And I'm shocked that, like, the tens of thousands of miles that I drove to and from Frederick every day, God damn it, going to have to go back to doing it at some point, but never got into any kind of scrape, or I barely got caught up into an accident, traffic jam, like once or twice, but whew, bullet dodge.
I am a consummate 10 miles above the speed limit. That's it.
Sure.
I don't like to go faster than that. It makes me uncomfortable. And I'm not gonna lie to you. If the speed limit's 70, I'll just go 70.
Speed limit on 70 is 70, so I go 80. But
It's
usually
scary. Too fast.
there aren't a whole lot of other cars around me when I'm doing 80. So when there
I think
are,
it depends on the situation. Like if I'm on like a road trip, like I 15 above is
Well, you're excited.
maybe
to
a
get
little
there.
bit more. Yeah.
you're so excited to go to Ocean City again. That's why.
Yeah.
He wants to get those children out of the car. Well, that child right now.
Well, that's why you strap them to the roof.
The old Mitt Romney.
Yep. I thought that was his dog.
Well, yeah.
I thought
What's
that
the
was on
difference?
Edna. I thought that was on Edna, and they dragged the dog behind the car.
Oh my God! By the way, have you guys seen the why is XYZ so woke commercials? Why is the MLB so woke? Why is Ticketmaster so woke? Why is Coca-Cola so woke?
In fact, I have.
Right. Well, thank you.
You sent it to us before.
Thank
the
you
show.
for playing along with the improv game, Brian. But
You're welcome.
apparently, it's a $1 million ad campaign by some weird conservative group who's just like, why are all these companies so woke? And then they'll run like a scary photo of Mitt Romney, like woke, or not necessarily that he's woke, but he's like anti-MAGA, so whatever.
Is it the Koch brothers behind it?
No, it's I can't recall the name, but it's in that link that we sent in the chat, and it's just some business owner guy.
Isn't one of the Koch brothers dead?
I don't know. They're old. I know that. If not one of them is dead, then neither of them is dead.
Okay.
I don't think both of them are dead.
I don't think both of them are dead either. I think one of them's.
No, I think one died. Let's find out.
I don't think it matters.
Yes, one of them.
what?
One of them died.
Oh, well, you know
Aha,
what? That
no,
makes me
it
a
doesn't-
little happy.
Yay!
It makes me want to celebrate the internet sensation.
Give me the track.
A sweeping the nation. It's time for shoutouts.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Shoutouts is the part of the show in which we take an actual break and give mad props, aka shoutouts to persons, places, and things that are giving us jollies and improving our quality of life. Casey, we for once have some from the fam zone. 'Cause
Yes.
It's been a while.
Yes.
Good use on that GIF, by the way.
I'm saving that one for a rainy day.
There you go.
So Johnny C says, shout out to vacation in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, when it's not 187,000 degrees.
Liz G says, shout out to the DPW for now accepting food scraps for compost. That's cool. I was actually kind of happy about that.
Disposal.
John Heltman says, shout out to Lane Moore and Tinder Live, which returned to Baltimore via Autobar tonight. Crushed it, laughed much.
Missed it. Shit.
Yeah, me too. And I obsessively follow Lane on like Instagram. I'm surprised I missed that and like didn't show up there.
Yeah. And/or try to get her back on the program
Yeah.
some other time.
Hannah the Miller says, shout out to finally getting to meet the newest family members born during COVID.
That's why we're going to Long Island.
Cool.
And so my shout out is to My Name is Earl. Started rewatching that, and
Oh,
I
why?
forgot how lovely. Because it's a lovely program.
Okay.
I need a half-hour show. So we've got like the hour show with Highlander, but I need like a half-hour show.
Sure.
Like when you need a little bit more than an hour, but you don't need 2 full hours.
Right.
What's the one that the guy who created it, Casey? It's
Scientology.
is it no, well, no.
Jason Lee is a Scientologist.
Jason
They're
Lee,
giving money
yes,
to Scientology.
Yeah, but that doesn't come up so much. Who created that show?
Dan Harmon.
Greg Garcia. Greg Garcia created that show.
Yes. Greg
The
Garcia.
one that he did after it, with the baby, Raising Hope, I think it's called. That show is
Yes,
also
Raising Hope.
excellent. They have an amazing bar mitzvah episode.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
It's a musical episode. It's their
The
music.
musical episode.
It's insane. It's so good. I love it.
Musical
Good show.
mitzvah.
It's called
And then-
Burt Mitzvah.
Burt Mitzvah. And my other shout up, maybe, I don't know. Clerks 3 is finally getting made, so we'll see how that turns out.
It's only been 14 years.
I'm a Clerks 2 apologist.
Did you see the plot for Clerks 3 is, I think it's Dante, maybe it's Randall. One of them has a heart attack and then decides to film a movie about them.
Oh no!
So basically, it's Kevin Smith.
It's
I would really like it if they could somehow get Alec Baldwin in there as Leonardo.
Oh, that would be nice. But apparently, most of everybody is coming back, and they got Rosario Dawson somehow.
Sure, she's gettable.
Yeah, why not? She ain't busy.
She's over there in Jersey dating Cory Booker. Yeah,
she's filming a lot of Star Wars stuff.
That too.
Actually.
Yeah, she has got.
Which is going to suck more? What's going to suck more, Casey? Her Star Wars stuff or Clerks 3? Because I know what my answer is.
Clerks 3.
What? Yeah,
Star Wars
stuff.
stuff.
Clerks 3.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
Which will I watch? Clerks 3 or the Star Wars stuff?
Both.
Clerks 3.
Clerks 3.
Actually, both. You're right.
That
both.
is correct. I won't watch the Star Wars stuff.
Okay. My shout out this week is to Korean fried chicken. I made some Korean style chicky tendies at home. Wasn't that hard, but it is nice and crispy, light, delightful. Highly recommended. What else you guys got?
I also have a food related shout out. I went to Jake's Grill all the way up there, Falls Road.
Mm-hmm.
It was delicious. Highly recommend. I got a pit beef and a pit turkey. I put the pit turkey in the fridge for a later date. And I also got the mac and cheese. And I really enjoyed all of it.
Yes. Also recommend the ribs. Saucy. Casey, what do you got?
Yeah, I did.
I already gave mine.
Oh, sorry. I do that every time, so whatever.
Who's having the stroke now?
Speaking of having a stroke, it is now time for an ad break, and we will be right back after that is done. Thank you. All right, we're back. And what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was asking what the nun was, but I answered my own question.
It's the Conjuring, Casey. I think.
I think it's
the nun.
Thing.
Is the nun in Space Jam 2, which is what we're talking about
right,
here?
the nun that was in the background. Yeah, I don't know.
The nun was in the background.
Right.
Maybe it's Whoopi Goldberg.
Right. All right, we're back from break, and we are going to discuss, as promised on the first half of the show, a bunch of pop culture crap, as we do usually on this program. So if you are listening, thank you, and indulge us, please. Thank you. I guess what we're going to talk about, Casey, you and I first, is Space Jam: A New Legacy, which you and I both watched.
Question mark?
Yeah, question mark. We watched it over the weekend. Brian did not. It's okay, though, because there is not much to talk about other than the very strange plot points, very strange outcomes, etc. And in particular, the major basketball scene has some stuff in the background, which everyone's been talking about. We even talked about it in terms of the trailer. But before we get to that, I would like to say that the plot, as we sort of figured out earlier, is it's Tron meets Taken
meets Space Jam.
Space Jam. And that's basically it. And it is weird as shit. Don Cheadle is an AI program that's mad about not being great at basketball or something, or not being appreciated enough.
He's mad at LeBron James because LeBron James thought his idea was stupid.
Honestly,
That's right.
throw in just some full-on penetration, and I jerk off to this movie so far.
I mean, there's Star Trek in it, so.
But they set up.
How is there Star Trek in it?
There is.
How?
Yeah, we'll get to it. Hold on. Jesus. But yeah, Don Cheadle gets mad as an AI and then decides that he's going to kidnap LeBron's son and force him to make the basketball game that LeBron's son is making, because he's not necessarily interested in playing real-life basketball. But what they do is they introduce the Warnerverse, which never really was a thing in my opinion. And it also exists strictly inside of a computer server system, which includes the Looney Tunes. It also includes Game of Thrones. It also includes The Matrix, and apparently all of the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, among other things.
300, A Clockwork
300.
Orange, Animaniacs, Austin Powers, Back to the Future, Batman, Casablanca, The Flintstones, Friday Night Lights, Game of Thrones, Gremlins, Harry Potter, Iron Giant, It, The Jetsons, King Kong, Mad Max.
Some of these, like, Back to the Future is owned by Universal.
Yeah, there was a lot of confusion on my behalf as to how these properties got handed over or acquired or something to that effect, because I was seeing like the Mad Max characters in the background, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And mostly I was going, what the hell is going on, because they were not utilizing them for anything other than being background cameos. There was a part where they're flying through the Warnerverse, and you see the little planets, like Game of Thrones planet goes by, and you see a dragon like blow some fire at them, and it's just like, okay, well, that was a reference. None of it gets used for anything, and they eventually just meet up the Looney Tunes. They form the basketball team, and they eventually win. And throughout the entire basketball game, you are watching what amounts to a real basketball court with people in costume around it, which are all Warner Brothers characters, and then one of those flat plasma screens around the rest of the court, like they did during COVID when real fans couldn't be there and had like fake plasma screen fans, and that was the rest of the Warner Brothers characters on an animation loop in the background. It looked like crap.
Well, you forgot the part where they used the LeBron Suns program to suck people in through their phones.
Oh, that too.
I'm
sorry, that was a major plot point.
Trap them into the game as spectators, and if LeBron James lost the game, they all would become Algae Rhythm, Don Cheadle's character.
Right.
Their slave.
Right, that's right. Meanwhile, we were watching like Space Ghost fly around in the background, and some of the other and the Flintstones, several versions of the Joker, characters. Thundercats were in the background. Just like, what the fuck is going on?
But like the Joker makes sense. What did Star Trek do?
There was a reference to. It was more of a reference. So Bugs Bunny is flying around. Yeah, he's flying around space and then gives like some speech and the captain's log thing.
Oh, right.
Opening.
Yeah, so basically the old school Warner Brothers Looney Tunes like turning
was it
into
just
a celebrity
log?
Was it just
monologuing.
Duck Dodgers? Like
No.
Duck Dodgers would do stuff like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
I
it was
mean,
like a
maybe,
deliberate impersonation of like a Captain
Yes.
Kirk.
Oh, wait, question. Did Babs and Buster Bunny show up?
No, none of the Tiny Toons were not in it. Like the Animaniacs were in the background. Like it was just such a strange thing to do. Like bring in these random, very adult movie like characters. Like the Night King is just standing there, and like Pennywise is just dancing around. Like, yeah, I love basketball.
I'm
Whose
surprised.
side is Pennywise on?
You can't tell. They're not
I
waving
was just
flags.
in the background.
Yeah, they're
surprised
literally
that
just
Speedy
gyrating around.
Gonzalez-
Say that again.
Like I thought Speedy Gonzalez was. I thought he was like a retired character.
Yeah, you would have thought, but the way the way that they changed his vernacular and had him just be fast, like it was a lot more palatable. I guess I don't know.
What does he sound like? Does he sound
just-
like Speedy Gonzalez?
No,
Yes.
he sounded a lot less sort of demeaning stereotype and more of just a hey essay, like I'm just here, I'm fast.
Who do you hire? And we shouldn't answer because I couldn't. Could we come up with a list of Mexican movie stars in America, please?
Robert Rodriguez.
Well, I think he's from Texas.
Oh, he's not Mexican American?
I guess.
Okay. You mean
but
like
if
Salma Hayek?
Oh, okay. Because I think you just get like Salma Hayek. It's like, hey, it's me. It's there's something in my eye.
Speedy Gonzalez's daughter.
It's me. It's Speedy Gonzalez. Hey, it's me. It's Salma Hayek.
Ha!
Oh, hey, it's me, Mickey. I'm Speedy. Oh.
Speedy Mickey Gonzalez.
I don't think you're allowed to do that anymore.
Nah, probably not. Yeah, I didn't really think much of it other than I thought this character was not in the movie. I also thought Pepe Le Pew was canceled, which he was, apparently.
Yes.
So, all right, whatever. I mean, the movie was very
crazy.
underwhelming to me.
Casey keeps telling me how much he loves it. He was
No,
like,
I don't love it.
He said the reviews are unwarranted. People just hate fun, and it's like, why can't we live in a world where the Looney Tunes aren't politicized? And that's all Casey wants.
It should also be noted that Casey has like the Criterion collection of The Rock. His taste in movies.
Well, that makes sense.
Is lackluster.
No,
The Rock is good.
No, Space Jam 2 isn't a good movie, but like the people who are reviewing the movie are like,
right.
Space Jam 1 was amazing and Space Jam 2 is horrible, and they're both bad.
Like, Casey, it's like you said earlier, it's not a good movie, it's a great movie, or the greatest movie.
But you know what it was missing? It was missing a soundtrack. Like, that is the difference between those two movies. If this had a great soundtrack, then it's a little bit more palatable.
I was going to say the two things for me, at least, when I watched it when I was in high school at this point, like, was the soundtrack and fun watching the basketball players do stuff, and that was about it. Like, even the Looney Tunes stuff, which I should have liked, was not funny, and it was weird that they lived at the center of the earth.
Where else would they live?
I don't know. At least on the streets. I have no idea, but at least in this movie, they got their own planet.
Either way, I'm just pretty excited to see Casey wearing nothing but Tweety Bird shirts and Tasmanian Devil shirts. Like, hey, you don't mess with me because I'm from Dundalk, Tweety Bird.
He's got
Dundalk.
A little Taz figurine.
Did you know that Dundalk is the center of industry for two industries? One is Stephen King books, and the other is Looney Tune t-shirts.
Looney Tune decals on the back of your truck.
Oh, what is that? Casey has a Speedy Gonzalez figure. I guess because he's a racist. I don't know. Mm-hmm. What is that? Is that Pepe Le Pew?
Sylvester.
It's Sylvester. I thought it was Pepe Le Pew. That's why I was like, oh wait, but no, it's Sylvester.
Casey, do you love the Looney Tunes?
This is the Lego. So Lego just came out with their little minifigure series, the little blind bags, and it is the Looney Tunes, I guess presumably from Space Jam, but
from Atmosphere Jelly. Casey, okay. I got a question for you. It's who would you do? All right, Lola Bunny or Minnie Mouse?
I mean, they're animated characters, so there's no right answer. But if it's got to be Lola, like that's like the standard answer, right? Like
the answer is Jessica Rabbit because she's human.
Okay, there you go.
I don't think Jessica Rabbit. I guess Jessica Rabbit would get to play. She's like, I guess, is she owned by both?
No, she's.
About?
Because that was a what do you call it? Touchstone film, but it was like a Warner Brothers crossover.
They had to play nice.
Yeah, it's the only time I think you had Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny on screen together.
It was the exact same amount of seconds.
Either way, we're moving along. If you want to see that movie, it's on HBO Max. Fast forward all the way to just the basketball match and marvel at the weirdness going on in the background. That's all I got to say.
No, you have to watch the entire thing and then just like the scene where Wile E. Coyote is in Mad Max, spray paint to the face with the sign that says "Witness Me."
Yeah, they just didn't do enough with that stuff. Like there could have been so much more crossover funniness going on, like some sort of weird chase through all of the different worlds, the Matrix and all that stuff. Other than Granny being a Matrix character, it was just like, what? No, come on.
There's some random funny parts.
And I think everybody should watch the movie the same way Casey recommended to us that we watch the movie, which is
with children?
Pantsless.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Pantsless.
With a steak on your crotch.
Without children.
Oh, okay. I'll take that in mind.
Buy yourself pantsless so no one can interrupt.
All right, next topic. Come on, let's do it. Casey, tee it up.
Loki.
Are we doing Loki season finale?
We're doing Loki season finale.
So
I enjoyed it.
It's cool. It's fine. I'm way curious about what's happening afterwards. Do we think all of a sudden What If becomes a much more important show than it was
Possibly.
before
Yeah.
this.
So
yeah,
you skipped over
what
the
if
part
might have some
where
canon in it?
Loki introduces the multiverse.
Yeah, the multiverse exists. Yeah.
So the thing that we kind of thought might happen but didn't think would happen was them introducing Kang, and now Brian is butthurt that Kang the Conqueror was introduced in a TV show and not the movies.
Casey, I think we were both right. Kang was not introduced, and yet at the same time, he was introduced.
Right. It was
Yes.
some guy named Not Kang.
He who remains, aka an alternate variant of.
I choose to believe that they introduced Immortus. So eat that bag of dicks. You come up with the name fucking Immortus.
I read Reddit too. Okay.
Casey, I don't need to read Reddit. I read comics with Immortus in them. I don't.
Look who's cool now.
Recently, I highly recommend Jonathan Hickman's Avengers run. It's super good.
All right, I will check it out.
Anyway, I enjoyed the finale very much. It was highly entertaining. A lot of fun.
I
visuals.
was blown away. My wife is a very casual, Marvel fan.
Mhm.
She just her complaint was the time travel. Anytime you introduce time travel, it just confuses everything. Just becomes infinitely more confusing.
Right.
But then what I realized after watching it and didn't think about until the end was that all the content we've been watching since Endgame occurs after Loki. So this is like a prequel to all the television shows that they've released and Spider-Man Far From Home. Or not Far From Home. Whatever. Yeah, Far From Home.
I wouldn't focus too much on that because, like Mobius says, time works funny here. So I wouldn't worry about. They'll tell you where it fits in, you know.
Yeah. So, but then what you get into is the arguments of oh, well, how did Steve Rogers get to go live with Peggy? Well, because Loki happens, the multiverse then is allowed to occur, and then his branch of time was allowed to exist.
I think they wrote that after the fact.
Yeah, I mean,
probably.
In Marvel lore, it's called a no prize, where you figure out that little itty bitty piece of continuity and be like, "Here's how this works, friends. Here's how your fuck up gets fixed." And they're like, "A no prize to you." And they would send you a little envelope and stuff.
But we liked it. All good.
Yeah, I like Loki. I mean, there's going to be a second season. I think it's probably the one show that works the best. I wonder when is the second season films? I assume if it's coming, they can really only set it around B, right? Or the inform.
Yeah, I'm frozen. Give me a minute.
Yes. Evan's frozen.
Now's the time, I think.
Well, that was inconvenient.
I tried to make it as smooth as possible.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I don't know what's going on. Either way, we should wrap this up in the next 14 minutes.
Okay. You know what Loki didn't do? Go to space.
That's a good transition.
I told Brian to pause after his sentence, and he took that as an invitation to go
get
pee,
a
I guess.
beer.
Sorry, I took the opportunity as given.
Right. So reset whatever you guys were saying, and then Casey, that was a good transition. Let's do that.
So yeah, just start that again. Something about Spidey.
Oh, so it's got to all center around Spidey, right? Because that's the next time. That's the only information that the writers of Loki have at this point is what is Spider-Man about. You know,
Yeah,
I guess they know what Doctor Strange is about. When is that film?
That comes out next year. So it's Spider-Man, I think. Well, it depends on what Shang-Chi, like if they include any of this in Shang-Chi.
Oh
that's
shit!
Probably because that
when
comes
does
out
that come out?
September, and then
Okay.
Eternals is November, and
Okay.
then Spider-Man 2 is after that, or excuse me, Spider-Man 3 is after that. So
Okay.
what's really weird is that Spider-Man Far From Home, which came out 2 years ago, is so far, chronologically speaking, the furthest out from all the properties that have been released.
But I think it's always been presented that way, hasn't it?
And yes, it has.
Listen to us. It's always been presented that way. Bunch of fucking nerds.
But so then I guess like Spider-Man 3 will be like right after that because of the end of 2 where Mysterio reveals who Spider-Man is. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they gotta tie all that shit in. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
You know, maybe they get like Tobey Maguire to be like, I can't be Spider-Man here. Look, we're right next to each other.
But so we were talking about Loki. But you know what Loki didn't do?
What?
He didn't go to space.
He's not a billionaire.
He's not a billionaire. He's not Star-Lord. He didn't go to space. He's not Jeffrey Bezos. Bezos.
Like all the fucking nerds, all the nerds like I've been seeing, and like not even nerds, but like also like the hippies, they're like, oh, you know, they can go to space, but you can't, you know, feed the people. And I'm like, I don't mind about billionaires liking space, if only because the government seems to have given up on space travel. I need somebody to pick up that torch.
Well, that's not true at all, Brian.
Well,
we're going to Mars.
I was gonna say
when
you know all that shit you see about SpaceX like landing their modules and shit like that. Those are all government contracts. We definitely still care about going to space. We're just not putting the face forward on NASA. It's fucking Elon Musk, which I hate.
There's two different. So a couple years ago, I was actually in Florida. Was it Kennedy Space Center? So the way that they kind of spun it is that they're using their government contracts through SpaceX to do the like routine stuff, like go to the moon, go to the ISS.
See, that's so hot. I love that. They are routine stuff. Go to the moon.
They're focusing on let's go to Mars. Let's build whatever we need to build to go to Mars and outsource the shuttle stuff, like the close by. That's how they spun it. If that's reality, I don't know, but that's how they're selling it.
Casey, if they said to you it's time to go live in Mars, you probably can't come back. Do you go?
I don't know. Like
that's a tough one.
It's getting the Earth kind of sucks these days.
Immediately,
take my family.
I am gone.
You're gone.
What? Who said anything about taking your family?
I'm talking about taking my family. I know
they need an IT guy. They don't really see why they need the IT guy's family. They're taking you.
Do you not remember when these people, it was like a few years ago, were all over the news because some person was like hiring people to go to Mars and just never come back? And it turned out it was some sort of reality show. And then one of the women who was going to volunteer was on like Larry Wilmore. And he was just like, why would you do this? And she's like, because it's out there, damn it. Whatever happened to those people?
Why the fuck
are they
not?
right now?
That's my answer. Why not? Why not go? Just go.
I don't know, because you're just never going to come back, and you'll be dead on a very, very barren planet that has nothing really redeeming on it.
Okay, so how does that sound? I assume like a television somehow. It doesn't sound all that different from Earth. Which when I die will be a barren.
All right. Okay.
Which when I die will be a barren planet with nothing all that redeeming on it.
I saw the documentary film. I saw the documentary film The Martian, and based on Matt Damon's diet, I don't think I could live on Mars because I don't like potatoes that much.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Casey, you'd learn to like them.
Well, I mean, speaking of which, the people that are in the space station get what's called menu fatigue, so they're trying to grow space chili peppers to like season up their gruel.
Figure out a way to grow me space lamb chops. That's
Right.
what I would like.
Some lab grown chops.
Yeah.
I was gonna think like I'm thinking like little lambs walking around in like spacesuits.
But think about how cute they'd be. They'd be like, and they jump, and then like,
And then they'd have to
there's no
go
gravity?
to. They'd have to like butcher the lamb, but they couldn't do it because they've grown attached to the space lane.
Oh no.
And then when like Space Moses happens, and they can like take the space blood of the lamb and like put it on the doors, it'll be great.
Right. But if we're going like
Space
truly,
Exodus.
if we're going truly sci-fi with these space lambs, they would have to have like 97 chops to feed, like a centipede lamb,
Well, I would say they're really mostly spiders.
spider lamb.
Yes.
A
Is that one of
lamapede.
the Spider-Man?
Well, no. Well, because everybody knows that the future of human food production is in bugs. But what it is, it's sizing the bugs up so they're more like lobsters and crabs. You're getting that real meat inside those crustacean bones, and that's how that works.
It wasn't a fly; it was a rock fly. Sorry.
Good one, Casey.
That was kind of a deep cut. I did not get it at first.
And you're the only person that joke was for.
And that makes me a little angry. Makes me a little venti. Makes me a little pissed offy. Yeah, that makes me angry too. Makes me want to go right ahead and tell everyone to shut up.
We gonna let the band deal with this.
I really do need to have like an animated sequence for this whole beginning of the thing to put on the YouTube to like just go over all of us, like explosions all over the screen. Anyway, end of the episode in which we give the opposite of mad props, aka shut-ups, to persons, places, and things that are lowering our quality of life and giving it the opposite of jolly. Casey, what do you got from the fam zone? Oh, look, Casey just turned into a delicious space
Oh,
rabbit.
Casey.
Sorry.
Oh, Casey.
Listener Kelsey says, "Shut up to hailstorms."
Oh, yeah, sure. Damaging
Yeah.
all of my car hoods.
Did you guys get hit? How bad was Baltimore hit with that storm?
We have a
the other
listener
day?
named Kelsey? Who is that?
Apparently.
Oh, cool.
It was it rained real hard for like 2 hours, I guess, like on and off, but no, I don't think we got any hail.
There was a tree that fell in our neighborhood that took out like the front of somebody's house and their car. And we lost power for like 6 hours. It was.
Zoinks.
I haven't had that since. No, even during like the big hurricanes, I never had that when I lived in the city. Johnny C says, "Shut up to phone calls about motorcycle accidents that threaten to ruin your vacation."
Oh, that was vague.
Yeah, I feel like I need some more information there.
Sounds serious.
Joe Giordano says, "Shut up to the World Cup. We're not getting it."
Oh. But people in Baltimore want it so bad. All those white dudes that go to the various Irish restaurant bars.
I was going to say, there's a pretty brisk economy coming from those white dudes.
Yeah, they spend a lot of money on booze and scarves.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, I feel like it'd be good for the city. Like, unlike the
Hashtag city needs it, Casey.
Formula One thing or whatever it was.
The influx of people who would be showing up here, though, would be real nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
people.
Everybody knows that downtown Baltimore is too dangerous for white people to go to.
No, they don't. What a wonderful time to convince them that it's not.
I mean, I feel like some soccer hooligans might be an improvement.
Oh yeah, they could fight crime.
Yeah. And my shut up. This is for for the ladies. Shut up to women's clothing, especially maternity and nursing clothes that you can't put in the dryer because, yeah, it sucks doing the laundry when you can't put half the clothes in the dryer.
Yep. Gonna just put them on the box fan.
Yeah, put them on the box fan. And shut up to Quiet Place 2. It has really good reviews, and I watched it this weekend. It was not engaging at all.
Is there like a twist or anything I need to know about?
Not really. It's not that great. It's kind of boring.
Sad.
Okay.
Yep.
Brian, what do you got?
And that's it.
It's like 3 degrees hotter in my room than it is the rest of the house. It's like livable, but it's pretty annoying.
You're upstairs.
Most of the house has, better AC circulation. It's cool, but I mean, like, it's
got a couple box fans. Put a box fan on.
It's more work than I got a ceiling fan. It's fine.
Yeah, get a box fan. It's $20.
No, not classy.
Oh, okay. All right. Shut up to paying your property taxes and having absolutely no cash at all, then having to pay a medical bill and having less than no cash at all. And I can't go on vacation again for the next year, so shut up to that. Boo. Boo. All right, that's been shut ups. Ooh, something that I forgot to discuss earlier during Restaurant Week, but it is a tail-end teaser because we have plenty of time to talk about it later. Nugget Fest, it's happening this year in the fall, in October at Checker Spot Brewery. Maybe teaming up with a friend podcast to promote, so we'll see.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Any final thoughts from either of you?
I love Nugget Fest. It's one of my favorite times of the year.
It is the most wonderful time of the year. Period.
If we don't get WoW in season 2 of Loki, we riot.
Okay.
What's WoW?
Wow.
Owen Wilson.
Oh, wow. He doesn't say. He must have said "wow" at some point in that show.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. I think the
I'm sure
internet
Vulture
would have
has known
launched
that.
into a tirade about it.
Who?
I said the internet would have launched into a tirade about it.
We'll find out.
We will find out. Until then, this has been episode 371 or 2 of the CTB Show. Have a great day. Have a great fan time watching us on the YouTubes. Please do that. I did notice there was an uptick in the last episode viewing-wise because good friend of the show, Tronster, said he enjoyed it and posted a funny gif of Brian doing the "Don't Go There" dance. Let's just call it that. Also, Casey, you need to keep that in your repertoire of catchphrases. Thank you.
Okay.
Otherwise, have a great day and a better tomorrow.
You don't want none of that.
Ah!